Well, hey everybody. Hey Jeff, what's going on, buddy?
What's happening, Rich? How are you, sir?
Not too bad, not too bad at all. Before we get going live here, I just want to I'm going to present a little slide here. This first one, everybody. So I apologize if this is a little shoddy. No, we're going to go hard at it today, and I'm going to share my screen here real quick. I want to give everybody a little bit of a taste of what we got going on. Hopefully you can, let's see. Nope, not that one. There we go. Maybe this one. Hopefully you can see that. Can you see that, Jeff? Help me out.
I can see it. I see two handsome gentlemen sitting there.
Heck yeah, man. Heck yeah. We had to scour the earth far and wide to find the two best looking guys in the world to get on that shot there.
You didn't have to look that far.
Yeah, that's right. You're right. You're right. We were right here. Sometimes it's right in front of your own eyes, right?
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, no. So thanks for joining me today, Jeff, and everybody else out there. Whether you're watching this live or as a replay, thank you for joining us. My name is Rich Groves. I'm the co-host of the Gateway to Freedom Real Estate Investor Conference, and my guest today is one of our speakers, Jeff Coffman. Let me tell you a little bit about Jeff before we get started. Jeff was born and raised here in St. Louis. Jeff is a Marine Corps veteran. Thank you for your service, Jeff. And an entrepreneur, real estate investor, creative finance expert. When I say that, I don't say that lightly. He's a mentor to inspiring real estate investors and entrepreneurs across the United States. Jeff integrates a dynamic mix of traditional investing advice and education with creative real estate acquisition strategies to help investors build and grow their brands and their businesses. So Jeff utilizes a blend of strategic online and offline marketing tactics in his daily activities as owner of a St. Louis-based real estate investment firm, Missouri Sell Now. And we're going to talk a little bit about that here in a little while. But he credits his success to out-of-the-box thinking. I can't wait to jump into that a little bit. His philosophies on real estate investing can be summed up with the axiom creative first, and his methods are available for all to learn through his mentorship program, sub2empire.com. You can find it there. More information about that. Now, Jeff is an avid outdoorsman, believe it or not. I'm sure you can look at him. He's a rugged-looking guy. He's a good-looking guy. And he's a foodie. I can't wait to hear about that as well. But, but when he's not helping others achieve his financial objectives, he can usually be found in the local Mexican restaurant with his wife or dreaming up his next outdoor adventure. And that is just awesome. That's just awesome stuff. And
you're making me blush, Rich.
No, Jeff. I've known Jeff for a few years now, quite a few years, and I always enjoy seeing him talking. Jeff always has this, just this aura about him, this uplifting sense about him, and I always love seeing Jeff and talking to him because, even if you're having a bad day, when you're around Jeff, you're not going to have that bad day long. So, Jeff, you're awesome. You're empowering to the people you help, and anybody, whether they're in your mentorship program or not, are better people just for knowing you.
Well, thank you. That's very kind of you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, I mean, thank you. First of all, thank you for agreeing to join me today and helping us push out some more. I guess really what we're trying to do is just create some buzz about Gateway to Freedom and sharing a little bit about what you do and where you're fitting in with this program. But Jeff was one of the first people we reached out to be one of our speakers for Gateway to Freedom Real Estate Investing Conference. And of course, graciously, he accepted. Jeff, so tell me a little bit about your journey, how you became, how you decided to get into real estate investing.
Well, my journey goes way, way back to like 1996. I was in the Marine Corps at the time, and I picked up a little book. I picked up the package from old Carlton Sheets.
Oh, yeah.
Staying up too late at night, probably not doing I was young, so I probably wasn't on my best behavior. But I decided one night, I'm going to order this course, and so that's what I did. I picked it up and I read through it, and I was just like, I was blown away. I was like, holy cow, people actually really do this, And But my fears and my concerns all got the better of me, and ultimately I shelved that book. I shelved that book. The strategies and just being involved in real estate just never really lost. I never really lost touch with that. Like, it was always something that I thought about from time to time. So I shelved that book until about 2015. And in 2015, I had been just absolutely fed up with my job. And I mean, I can't say that. There's no way to say that uh, any lighter. I was just absolutely fed up with it. And so I said, you know what, I'm all in on this thing. And I didn't quit my job. A lot of people do quit their jobs and they jump into something. I had been coached up and trained and kind of conditioned all those years to really rely on my job, which a lot of us do. And so I didn't quit my job, but I did jump into real estate pretty heavily. And so I was driving, for those of you that are local, where Scott Air Force Base is. I was driving from St. Charles to Scott Air Force Base every day. Did that for 10 years, and it just started taking its toll. And I said, finally, I think it was 2018. I finally said, you know what, I'm out. Like, I gotta get out of here. And honestly, I was actually I was kind of tricked into quitting my job. I mean, that's how much fear and terror I had about quitting my job. Just that we think we've got that security, and but I finally did it. I finally cut the cord, and I haven't looked back since. And you know, sometimes things are tough. Sometimes things are really really great, and I really lean on the great times. I mean, I think uh, this industry has totally changed the way that I view other people, the way I view the world, and it's just really been a great ride, awesome ride.
Awesome, man. That is really inspiring, and that, I mean, I think there's a lot of people out there that can identify with that exact same thing. I'll be honest with you, I was in that Carlton Sheets boat too.
Yeah,
I was seeing that, and I ordered that myself, so I know exactly what you're saying. But I did the exact same thing. It's like I shelved it. No way. It was, but that's locked in your own self doubt, right?
it is.
I
Yeah,
mean,
absolutely. Yeah, I
anytime.
mean, we're reinforced by our surroundings and our environment. And when you're in an environment where I was making good money, I was making great money over there. um, but I just didn't. I'm not really built. I've discovered this about myself. I'm not built to sit behind a desk. I'm just not. I love being out, and particularly I just didn't care for that mentality of getting in my vehicle, going to work every day. And I can tell you right now, I don't even set an alarm in the morning anymore. I still get up early, but I don't set an alarm. And that's the way that I live, and that's the way I roll. So
That's an awesome way to
yes,
do
sir.
it. I mean, if I'm going to ask you here later down the, it's a little teaser. I'm going to ask you for your definition of freedom here in a little while. But I mean, I bet that has something to do with it. I bet being able to wake up whenever you want to wake up has a little bit to do with it.
Well, I mean, that's honestly, that's my answer. Yeah, yeah. But
That's
anyway, go right ahead.
No, yeah, that's awesome. So I mean, it is an inspiring story. I mean, it is, and it resonates so much to people that you can break those bonds and you can do it. Believe in yourself, and you can do it. You just have to have that why, right? It sounds like you had a really strong why and why you wanted to break free and do your thing, and everything, and you found creative financing. Obviously, people could see in the name of your business, Sub Two Empire. What does that mean? What is Sub Two?
Well, sub two, or short for subject to, is just it's an acquisitions, it's a financing strategy on the well, I say on the acquisition side, but anybody can sub to a property, but it's simply a financing strategy. That's all it is. And what it means is, well, I'll just tell you kind of how it all came to be with me.
Sure.
I was working that job over there at Scott,
Mm-hmm.
and I got involved in real estate. I got my first deal under contract, and I mean, this is how deep I dove off here. I got this deal under contract. I had no idea how I was going to pay for it. I made great money. I had gone through, I'd gone through a divorce some years earlier, and so I didn't really have a savings I didn't have a way to really. I could go out and I could get the financing because my credit score was awesome. I had the best credit score on the planet, but I didn't have the money to go out and put these down payments down on these properties. And so, I know, and I teach this now. I know it's literally a step, but don't get too far down the rabbit hole. Take the next step, whatever the next step is. Take that next step, focus on it, accomplish that before you move on to the subsequent steps. And so I got that property under contract. That's step one. Step two, how in the world am I going to pay for this? How am I going to do this? And I went ahead. I actually hired a mentor, and we had discussed, not in great detail, but we had discussed a creative financing strategy called Subject To. And essentially, all that is I'm going in. I'm not assuming a mortgage, but I am assuming the debt on that mortgage, if that makes sense. So I'm not actually going out and qualifying for a mortgage. I'm gonna build my trust and rapport and everything that I need with my seller, and then I'm gonna assume their debt on that property. And so that's ultimately how I ended up buying my very first property. In fact, my first 3 deals were all purchased that way. And since that time, I've been able to kind of scale that. Let's say I've scaled that, and we've really got a great system down for doing Subject To deals. But there's all kinds of creative strategies like that that I've since discovered and employed in my business. So
awesome.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
I can't wait. I know you're holding back. You want to wait till the conference. Tell everybody about them.
Yep.
I can't wait for you to unleash that knowledge to everybody.
We're gonna have fun. I guarantee you, we're gonna have fun for sure.
What is it you're looking forward to most about this conference?
Well, I have this major. It's probably the primary reason why I started a coaching program, because I have this deep rooted desire to just, if I find something that excites me and that I'm able to use, it actually is probably, my wife would tell you that it's a fault of mine, but I will go out, I'll give away the farm. I'll just, like, here it is, boom, like, here's what you do, So I love to talk. I just love to talk about this stuff. And like I said, it's probably not the greatest strategy if you're trying to keep a secret, but I can't do it. So that's what I'm looking forward to. I'm really looking forward to the networking portion of it, getting to know everyone. I know most of those people, most of the other speakers that have volunteered. But I'm really looking forward to that part. But I'm just looking forward to getting on stage and just spilling the beans, man. It's my favorite part.
I love hearing that. I mean, and you included, everybody on that stage is going to be pouring so much knowledge and information into that room. And if you're a real estate investor in the St. Louis area, heck, in the Midwest and anywhere, but specifically, we focused this conference on St. Louis. We've kind of touted it as the real estate investing conference from St. Louis, because 16 of the 17 speakers are actually doing business or from St. Louis itself, including Jeff Coffman, you see right here. And it's from St. Louis. It's for St. Louis, because we're really kind of designing it for St. Louis real estate investors, but it's open to anybody. It can, anybody across the country is more than welcome, and we'd make you feel like you're part of the family. Not a big deal. And then it's in St. Louis, because traditionally you'd have to go to get to a conference like this. You'd have to go to Vegas, or you'd have to go to LA or San Antonio or Chicago, whatever. Spend money on travel and hotel and all that to get there. But we're doing this in St. Louis. It's the first of its kind, the first time ever something like this is being done here in St. Louis. And we are so excited that somebody like you, Jeff, and with your credentials and your expertise, is going to be pouring into the room and into all the attendees there. So I really appreciate you being a part of this, buddy.
It's a little nerve wracking, I have to be honest with you. Like, there's some heavy hitters up there,
Hey. Every single one of them could back clean up. Every single one of them. So you're right. We got a lineup of number 3 and number 4 hitters on a baseball lineup. But and including yourself. And you mentioned that your expertise in creative financing, Subject To being your big niche, and your willingness to share with everybody. let me ask you two other questions. So it's going to be two flips of the coin. One is going to be what has been throughout your entire real estate career, what has been your proudest moment?
Oh man, it's hard to pinpoint that, but there's something that immediately pops into my head, and that is one of my students, which I'm sure that you'll meet if you haven't met him already. One of my students, we set a goal for this guy to buy a house a month for the next 12 months. He was a wholesaler.
Oh wow!
Initially, came into the program and set a goal for him to buy a house a month. I figure that's attainable. If you can't buy a house per month, I think I mean, you either need to work harder or maybe I just feel like that's attainable.
Sure.
So we set that goal, and then exactly 1 year later, I had him report in, and the guy had bought 15 houses.
Wow.
And bought all of them subject to. And for me, it was kind of it was kind of surreal, but it was also an affirmation. Like, I put together this curriculum, I put together all this stuff, and maybe we had a problem with delivery in the beginning. We didn't know exactly how to deliver it, but I knew how it was supposed to be laid out. And so, he was one of the first students to ever go through that curriculum in order, just exactly how it was laid out. And so it was really just evidence to me that we were on to something. We really did something. We did something right. We just had to figure out a better way to deliver it. And that was probably one of my. I've told that story a million times, and it's still one of the most prideful or proud moments of my real estate career so far. It's been awesome.
That is awesome. That is awesome. It's proof of concept. It's just the pride you have in seeing somebody just knock it out of the park with your help and your information, but their drive, right? I mean, you got to give them credit for
absolutely
their drive. So many people go out and buy a course, or they do whatever, and they just, I mean, you and I with Carl Meets.
Yep.
I mean, so many people do that.
But you got to love seeing people win. You just have to. If you're in it for any other reason, I mean, you're talking whether that's a seller, whether that's a partner you're partnering with, your hard money lenders. Everybody's got to win, and that's the way I live my life, and that's the way I want to see. I want to see the people that we coach. I want to see them do that as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to ask you one that's the flip side of that coin, and you can be as honest as you want to be on this one.
Open book, man.
That's good. No
problem too.
What would you say? Yeah. What would you say is, because nothing's perfect, right? I was actually on a Zoom call earlier today where I was talking with the guy. He's like, he was giving me his story, and he's like, but that's just the highlight reel, right? You don't show the blooper reel. You show the highlight reel. And it's easy to cut, especially in today's day and age, where you can cut and clip up a highlight reel and throw it out on YouTube or throw it out on Facebook or Instagram or something. That's easy, and you don't want to show the blooper reel. Mm-hmm. But Jeff, just if you could, you don't have to get into great detail about it, but what would you say would be your biggest lesson learned since you've been a real estate investor?
So easy for me.
Yeah.
Due diligence. Due diligence is if you don't do your due diligence, you can really be damaged in this business. Many people that might even be watching this right now can remember this, but I had a situation with some squatters, and I'm not going to get into the detail about the squatter situation, but I will tell you, for the longest time, I wanted to point fingers. I wanted to blame other folks, and I wanted to blame them. They are actually they were just to give you a little taste of it. It was so bad that they actually got sentenced. This went to the highest levels of criminality, if you will, in this business. But it's one of those things that I'm a very optimistic person. Like I can usually find the good side in just about any situation. And something that really helped me get through. So that was my big blooper was not doing my due diligence, but turning that around and being able to come out of that not unscathed. I'm still paying for it to this day. But to be able to turn it around and realize that, all of these. I'm going to quote Grant Cardone here a little bit, and I'm not a fan. I'm not really a fan of Grant Cardone, but I do listen to him. But he basically says, you are the fault. If something bad happens in your life, don't point your finger outward, point it inward, because you could have done something differently. And I definitely could have done something way differently. But I let I guess maybe a little bit of ego, maybe a little bit of lackadaisical attitude about some things. I let it get the best of me. And so yeah, that's how I, kind of work through that. And I'll tell you, I feel great about it today. And if I'm happy to indulge the folks who want to know more about this at the conference. Come to the conference. I'll tell you more. I'll tell you all about this.
Heck yeah.
Not a problem talking about it, but for time's sake, we won't go through it all today.
No, that's great. No, I know. Yeah. Maybe we can get the link to the news story.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, I'll tell you what. If you just YouTube St. Louis Serial Squatters, and you'll see it. You'll see it out there. Yeah,
that was still one of the things I think that have shocked me the most out of in the last 10 years. I couldn't believe that happened to you, man.
Yeah.
But that's a great one. That's a tease. Yeah, come to the conference. You'll find out more about it. Yep.
Absolutely. Yep.
Yeah, sure. But no, those are the two big questions I wanted people to get to kind of know Jeff Coffman. Is he all highlight reel, or does he have a blooper reel? And
every day is a blooper reel. I mean, really think about it.
I hear you, man.
Yeah.
That which does not kill us makes us stronger.
That's right.
So we got to make mistakes in order to grow.
Yeah. Yeah. You look forward to those. After a while, you get to a point where, you're wondering, when's it going to turn around? Like, when is it going to go wrong? Because, yeah, no, I do generally appreciate the mistakes. I mean, they're just, I consider it I went to college for a lot of years, never graduated, but I can consider those mistakes my form of a college degree, honestly.
100% understand exactly what you're talking about there. 100%, without a doubt. Is there anything? I mean, is there anything people should know about Jeff Coffman that maybe they don't know, other than you being an avid outdoorsman and a foodie? Oh, yeah. Let me ask you about that. So, what's that mean? What exactly is a foodie?
Well, It should be recoined. The term should be recoined in my case. It should be just a garbage disposal. That's what I call it. Like I love experience. I love the food experience. I like to. It's not just the eating part of it, but I like. I always tell my wife little things like like, honey, you eat with your eyes first, right? I mean, so everything's got to be dressed up nice, and that's just kind of how we roll in this house. But
yeah, man.
But no, Friday nights for us is Mexican. If you ever want to find me, you just start calling around to the local Mexican joints on Friday night. That's where I'll be for sure.
That's awesome. I do like that myself.
But yeah, I mean, something else that I'm really kind of a boring person, Rich. I mean, there's nothing that I can think of that really I think people should know about me other than I love to do deals. I love to find ways of doing those deals that a lot of other folks would pass on. I think that's what I specialize in. And, we're definitely going to talk about that at the conference. It will definitely be, I mean, that one is going to be front and center. So,
awesome. Yeah, that's fantastic. Cause I want people to know that. Yeah, for sure. So that'd be incredible. Absolutely incredible. So, well, you know what? It's about 25 minutes after the hour, and I told you I wouldn't take you more than 30 minutes for sure. So, I appreciate you being here today, and I appreciate you helping us kick off the promo series. Jeff Coffman is guest number 1 of our speakers. Get to know the speakers, and I really appreciate that. I'm gonna, I'll go back through and slice up this video and make a reel because, for some reason, like with the StreamYard, you can't have it go directly live to Instagram, so you have to repost it anyway. So I'll do that. But this has been a pleasure. It's been exciting. Thanks, Jeff, for taking time to talk with me today.
Totally my pleasure, man.
And you know what? Can I tell them if people want to, if they've like what you've heard, or they like what they've heard about you today and your style, and they see if they don't know you already, you can always go to www.jeffcoffman.com the number 2 free.com, www.g, the number 2 free.com. And if you use Jeff's first name, Jeff, as the promo code when you check out, you save $50 on your ticket. And Jeff will actually, we're going to send this out to all of our speakers today. We're starting a new, I'm going to break the announcement right here and now, Jeff. We're having a little competition. So every time somebody uses one of the speakers' name as their promo code, at the end of all the ticket sales and everything, whoever sold the most tickets with their ticket code is going to get a special prize and recognition at the conference. As far as the speakers, it's going to be something fun. It's going to
look at you creating competition.
Yeah, I know, right? So whoever can bring us the most, coupon code sales with their name, they get a prize. It's going to be something fun. But anyway, so www.g, the number 2 free.com. Put in ticket code or coupon code Jeff for $50 off either your VIP ticket or your general admission ticket. And we'd love to have you join us and hear more from Jeff and our other 16 speakers.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Jeff. I appreciate your time, buddy.
All right, man. Take care.
Take care. You too.
Bye.
See you. All right, everybody. So that was Jeff Coffman. He is going to be our speaker talking about creative financing strategies, creative deal structuring at Gateway to Freedom, November 4th and 5th here in St. Louis. Get your tickets at www.g2free.com. That's G, the number 2, free.com. And use promo code Jeff. You'll get $50 off your tickets. And I haven't set this up. This is my first one. I apologize. I didn't set this up to be able to see any comments or anything. So if there were any comments in the live, I'll go back through and comment on each one of those. And I really, really hope you. Let's see. Actually, there are my maybe a couple here. Yeah, we got Nick out there saying he likes the honesty. I do too, buddy. I love the open honesty. And that's what we're doing. We're bringing on those speakers who can be open and honest, and what you see is what you get. We're not, this isn't going to be a conference that, yes, a few of our speakers have some type of mentorship program or something like that you can get if you connect with them and you're like, wow, I really want to learn more about Jeff's program and the Sub 2 Empire. You can connect with Jeff and get on board with his mentorship program. That's great. This conference isn't going to be like a sale heavy conference like you see at some of these other conferences. We're not going to pitch you some mastermind at the end or during the conference or anything like that. Each of our speakers might have something you can connect with them and get on board with them later, but it's not going to be a sales heavy event. So if you want to know more about what that means, hit me up, send me a message or something, and I'll let you know what that means. But it kind of is self-evident. We're not going to be pitching. Each one of our speakers might have a little bit of time to talk about their program, but that's it. There's no pressure. There's no whatever. So we hope you will take time and you will invest in yourself. Join us. Join Jeff Coffman and myself and 15 other speakers as we show you to your gateway to freedom. And it's not just about the speakers. This conference is going to be incredible. You never know. You never know who you're meeting, who you're going to network with. You might meet your next business partner. You might meet the person that brings you an incredible deal. You might find the person that has private money to lend to you. There's a lot of opportunity at these events, and this one is being held in St. Louis. Yes, we formulated it with 16 of the 17 speakers being from St. Louis, doing business in St. Louis, but it is open to more than just St. Louis. So if you would like to learn from these greats in the real estate investing community, join us November 4th and 5th. And thank you, Nathan. Appreciate that, Nathan. Thanks for joining us today, and I appreciate that comment. Join us today, or get your tickets today. Join us November 4th and 5th. Go to g2free.com. That's G, the number 2, free.com. And we'll see you at Gateway to Freedom in November here in St. Louis. Take care, everybody.